Today's topic, Far Cry, the disconnected game series. Before beginning today's video, I'd like to address that I'm still doing the normal gaming videos, I just haven't recorded any recently, but I'm going to, that they're still a thing, and they're coming soon. Watch out for that. So this video will be on my experience and opinions with the good old Far Cry game series, so let's get into things! So, all stories have a beginning, and this beginning is the first Far Cry game, which was titled Far Cry, unsurprisingly. The game was released in 2004 and was developed by Crytek, who made the famous Crysis series, and was published by good old Ubisoft. This game was one of the first shooters I ever played. My uncle gave it to me when I was around 6 or 7. I remember playing it on an old desktop PC, back in the days when I used to play Counter-Strike Source before school in the morning because I was that sad. Anyhow, the only thing that I remember from the game was that the last mission was really hard, and I can't actually remember if I completed the game or not. So in this game, you took on the role of Jack Carver, who's looking for a woman on an island or something in the Pacific Ocean, and then your boat gets blown up by some guys who don't like boats, and the game starts there. Then you go and kill the boat haters, who happen to be mercenaries, and stumble upon mutants, because of course you do. It turns out the boat haters were doing experiments or something. So you kill some mutants, blow shit up, go to a volcano, find the woman, and escape on a boat. Remember kids, when you have a lack of plot, add mutants to spice things up a bit. I mean, it was a great game and it was very successful, and I very much enjoyed it, and I recommend it to you if you can get your hands on it. But the game's glory did not last long, and just like a delicious cheese and ham toastie, it was gone pretty quickly. Then in 2008, Far Cry 2 came and tarnished that good old glory, and I was very excited for it as I loved the first game. So I bought it and was immediately disappointed, as it literally had nothing to do with the first game and all the mechanics were different. For starters, this was an open world game, unlike the first Far Cry, which was mission based, and it was also set in Africa now, because plot, and the stories aren't connected at all. Except for one fan theory that the villain in the game, going by the name of the Jackal, is Jack, who you played as in the first Far Cry, but this was never confirmed. One more thing that annoyed me about Far Cry 2 is your character had malaria, so you had to constantly do missions to get malaria pills so you didn't die in the middle of playing. So I was left with something that felt like a new title rather than a Far Cry game with completely reworked mechanics and a story that had nothing to do with the first game. Though I did like the exploration, I guess. It's cool, I guess. It's like the original Far Cry was a cake, and instead of making that cake better and adding some fancy new icing and improving on it for a sequel cake, they just made a completely new cake for some fucking reason. Why change the formula when it worked? But that's just my opinion. Now, let's move onwards on this journey as things get bad, about as bad as soggy Weetabix. So next up on the chopping block was Far Cry 3. This, yet again, was just another standalone game with nothing to do with any of the other ones, completely fucking different. Though it had the tropical island setting of the first game. It had about as much plot as a discarded packet of crisps. You're a man called Jason Brody who went to some island with his friends for reasons that are never explained, and then you're captured by pirates for reasons that are never explained. Or were they explained? Actually, I can't remember, because this game's about as forgettable as After Earth. Remember that film? Thought not. After being captured by pirates, you escape and join the rebels to kill the pirates and their leader, who's fresh out of the fucking gates of a mental asylum. I mean, how he could have become leader of these guys is a fucking mystery. But then again, Donald Trump is a leader, so I guess anyone with 2 brain cells and a small loan of $1 million can become a leader. So this game was pretty good. Open world again, seeing as every fucking development team wants to get their fingers in the metaphorical open world pie. I mean, maybe it hasn't been that overdone. Just Cause, GTA, Red Dead Redemption, Sleeping Dogs, Watch Dogs. Damn, I think I'm coming down with something. But yeah, Far Cry 3 gets a good out of 10, needs more Minecraft elements. Next up, Far Cry 3. I mean 4. I mean, it doesn't matter, they're the same fucking game. But yes, in 2014, Far Cry 4 came out, and it's Far Cry 3 in the Himalayas. That's it. I mean, it's the same game. It's got the same mechanics. It works the same. It's got the same plot of an evil man that you kill by teaming up with the local rebels. The only new thing is a mini helicopter you can fly around in, and that's it. I mean, look at these two screenshots. They're the same fucking game. But at least they didn't go DLC on us. Oh god, I need to go to the doctors. I think I'm really ill. And finally, the newest of the standalone titles under the Far Cry name is Far Cry Primal. Just why? In 2016, this graced our game consoles, and it's the only Far Cry I haven't played, because why? If I wanted to see cavemen, I'd go over to America and take a look at their presidential candidates. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea. It would be fine, but the fact it was released under the Far Cry name is what pisses me off. It should have just been a standalone game called Primal, not fucking Far Cry Primal. So in conclusion, Far Cry is not a series. Well, it is a series of sorts. A series of standalone games under the same name. I mean, if you tried to link these stories together, it would make less sense than Boris Johnson's mind. Please, Ubisoft, stop naming these games under the Far Cry title, and make standalone games before we get Far Cry before time and play as the fucking Big Bang! So that was my opinion on Far Cry. If you've had any experience with the Far Cry franchise, please comment below and let me know your experience and opinions. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in whatever I make next. This has been Charlie from MassRejects, signing out.